Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narasimhan. Ladies and gentlemen, Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar confirming that Canada was indeed discussed with Tony Blinken and Jake Sullivan, but he's also said that the issue raised was about the safety of Indian diplomats. He said Indian diplomats are unsafe, publicly intimidated. That's the charge that was laid. And there was a compulsion. India was compelled to suspend visa services because of the actions what were happening on ground in Canada. More importantly, he's also touched upon an unnamed nation to the Western world, somewhere deterring from even taking the name of a very, very pesky neighbor, which in the past had enjoyed a lot of the West's patronage. You know who we are talking about, just like Dr. Jaishankar knew who we are all talking about, but would not take its name. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam has now got the signature of the President, as President Draupadi Murmu has given assent to this bill. But very clearly, it will take some time to implement the bill or the bill to come into fruition, because we've got to get the census and the delimitation, and thereafter the allocation of these seats will happen. Perhaps, hopefully, by Lok Sabha 2029. Meanwhile, we're doing quite well at the Asian Games. 4th overall in the medals tally, 32 medals in our kitty, including 8 gold, 12 silver, 12 bronze. A gold in the 50-meter rifle, 3 position is by the men's team, gold by the women's team, also in shooting. And of course, individual medals coming from the shooting arena. There's something that's also come in, the bronze that's come in from the track and field and shot put too. Meanwhile, India will also be upping its defense capabilities along the LOC and the LAC, the international borders, because there will be more Prachanda power that will be added. The Indian Air Force is going to buy 156 Prachanda choppers to bolster services of the forces, the patrolling of the forces, and support to the forces at the Pak and China borders. So LOC, LAC gets further refurbishment. Now we set up to the day's political debate, ladies and gentlemen, and that revolves around the INDI alliance. Is it all coming apart, even as it was just coming together?
एक तौर तरीका है जी, एक क्रिमिनल है जी, जिन्हों असी मिल चलने हैं। सारे दरवाजे बंद किए, सारे अफसरां ने अपने मोबाइल टेलीफोन्स बंद कर दिए।
SIT पाती है कि ड्रग तस्करी में सुखपाल सिंह खैरा की इन्वॉल्वमेंट है और आज उनको अरेस्ट कर लिया गया है। फर्दर मामला ऑनरेबल कोर्ट के
पहली चीज़ तो मैं ये क्लियर कर दूं कि आम आदमी पार्टी इंडिया अलायंस के प्रति कमिटेड है और आम आदमी पार्टी बिल्कुल किसी भी हालत में इंडिया अलायंस से अलग नहीं होगा।
The seeds of separation, have they already been sown even before the marriage or the alliance had just been fixed? Ladies and gentlemen, the INDI alliance formed by like-minded parties, like-minded in their opposition to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP for the upcoming assembly polls in the 5 states and also the Lok Sabha elections in the next year, is in troubled waters, and there is a reason why we say that, ladies and gentlemen. Months ahead of the crucial elections, all is not well within the alliance partners, especially in the states. A committee of contradictions, that's what many experts had called this, because everybody is at loggerheads with the other in the states. So these regional satraps added fuel to the fire. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are up against each other, while Congress is calling out the AAP's duplicity and alleging vendetta. The Maan government is also citing police investigation. Punjab Congress unit has urged the top brass to break away ties with the AAP for the forthcoming elections, but the AAP convener Arvind Kejriwal has asserted that they are fully committed to abiding by the alliance dharma. However, without naming Sukhpal Khaira, Arvind Kejriwal said Punjab is committed to eliminate drug abuse in the state. The latest instance once again shows it's an alliance of compulsions, contradictions, There are also other discerning voices that are emerging in Bengal, in Tamil Nadu. You see what's happening between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, DMK and the Congress at loggerheads with each other over water sharing. Let's go state by state and try and understand this. Punjab, Khaira arrested over the drug case. That's the first part. Seat sharing in Lok Sabha and assembly polls is a big question mark. In fact, you've had Bajwa coming out and saying 32 Aam Aadmi Party MLAs are currently in touch with me. He's also written to the governor over the current state of debt of Punjab. Where are we going to get the money? The other aspect, Delhi, once again Cong and AAP at loggerheads. No seat sharing. Congress not in favor of alliance for Lok Sabha polls as far as Delhi is concerned. तो यहाँ alliance करेंगे, यहाँ नहीं करेंगे, यहाँ अलग लड़ेंगे, यहाँ नहीं लड़ेंगे. It's a massive jumble that seems to be just brewing in front of us. West Bengal, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has slammed the Trinamool over dengue death, saying Mamata Banerjee can go to Spain but is incapable of understanding people's pain. तो वहाँ तुक बिढ़ा रहे हैं. वहीं left won't share seats in Bengal polls. They come out very clearly, but we are not sharing seats with Congress and Trinamool in Bengal polls. Kerala, once again, left will not tie up with the Congress in the state because there is the government and the opposition, two-party state. वहाँ दोनों आज जोड़ लड़ेगा कौन किसके खिलाफ? How is it going to happen? And one will perhaps cannibalize the other. Uttar Pradesh, Samajwadi Party wants to contest all the 80 Lok Sabha seats, not giving a single seat in our state. So where is the SAPA going to help anybody else, anywhere else? Bihar, Nitish Kumar has slammed this entire so-called boycott of those 14 anchors, including yours truly. This move has been very clearly criticized by the JDU. Plus, there have been calls by the RJD also that Nitish Kumar is the best prime ministerial face, opposition face as prime minister. RJD backing Nitish Kumar and the JDU's calls. Tamil Nadu, DMK and the Congress are sparring over the entire Kaveri issue internally and of course with Karnataka where Congress is in power. Congress is upset with the DMK over this entire eradicate Sanatan Dharm call that's come out from Udayanidhi Stalin and Nandimuttu Raja. So, given all of this already, इस शादी होने से पहले ही टूट गई alliance broken even before it's come into fruition. That's the big question. Let's go across to our guest this evening, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. She's got a smile on her face. That's nice. Smita Prakash is with us. Namaste. Tehseen Punawala, smiling bright. Rashid Kidwai, good to see smiling faces. Hope we have a smiling, proper debate, sensible one and not fisticuffs. Namaste and Jai Hind to everybody. Let's start with the journalists because once the politicians and quasi-politicians get in, journalists will not have a say. So, Smita Prakash, how much time are you giving to this INDI alliance? Or do you think they will all say we are united even if we are divided?
Well, yeah, united and divided, it's part of consensus building in any alliance, especially in a pre-poll alliance. So what are the stages? There's before and during there is conflict. Then comes the state of compromise. Then if that compromise works out, comes a consensus. And usually in a pre-poll alliance, the consensus will only come at the stage of power sharing when post-elections. I doubt whether it can be before, because the inherent pulls and pressures in any coalition is extremely tenuous. And the only method is that will work is a share in power. And that sharing in power can only be proportionate to the importance a certain unit has within that conglomeration or the coalition. In a pre-poll alliance like India, the largest unit is the Congress. So they will have to take the lead whether the others like it or not. The regional parties are not willing to give up seats. You just mentioned the entire list for the Congress. But the India Alliance's biggest challenge is that the biases, the ideologies, the vote banks, all that will have to be set aside in order to make a seat sharing arrangement. And like you said, Stalin and his anti-Sanatan plank will not be acceptable to say a Kamal Nath. Omar Abdullah will not give up the valley. He'll tell the Congress, you fight from Jammu. Then there is Mamta, there's Akhilesh and Lalu and Nitish, as you said. So in this entire grouping, to find a middle ground and being accommodative is not going to be easy. And the Congress being the largest unit, they will have to say that, okay, we will formulate some kind of a formula. Now for that, they will, obviously the results of 2019 will come up. They'll have to grapple with that. When they were bipolar fight, which happened in, I think, 186 or something like that, the BJP won and they had a strike rate of 91% against the Congress.
Right.
So obviously the regional parties will say, hey, you step aside. How can you? You can't take on Modi. You couldn't take him on in 2014. You couldn't take him on in 2019. You lost even in 2019 to 91% strike rate. So how can you decide? So that is where the problem will come in.
Right, but see, unfair on your part to say Omar Abdullah will say, tell the Congress to fight in Jammu. What will PDP do then? Where will they fight? You can't say there are so many people who want a share of the pie, Smita Prakash. Rashid Kidwai, why did they have to do this Congress party? Bharat Jodo, success of Bharat Jodo was Karnataka victory. उसके बाद आपने कहा we'll go and patch ourselves with 26 parties who never wanted to align with the Congress in the first place. Why do this?
Yes, Anand. So I think whatever Smita Prakash has said, I fully endorse. Remember, this is not an ideological formation. This is driven by doctrine of necessity. It's a compulsion. All of them having, tried to fight Narendra Modi-led BJP NDA in 2014 and 19 have tasted a defeat in one form or the other. So that's a binding force, as it was a case of the other opposition, BJP and left were part of it against Rajiv Gandhi and Indira Gandhi, etc. So in India, the coalitions have a very checkered history of staying on. The DMK's stand on Sanatan Dharma was very well known when Atal Bihari Vajpayee and DMK came not once but twice, thrice. So this is a very known story. These kind of ideological stand or, these are merely, I would describe them, Anand, as hiccups. Hiccups are there and the alliances are not formed in a process of accommodation and all. It comes from position of strength. Mamata Banerjee is holding a pole position because she won in Bengal. If she had lost Bengal assembly election, she would have been nowhere. Same applies, ditto applies to Aam Aadmi Party of Punjab and Congress, of course, post Karnataka, and depends a lot how it performs in Telangana and Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, etc. So this alliance will continue to make, Anand, lot of noises, but it will not break. It will not break because, again, as I said, it's determined by doctrine of necessity.
So you are saying this is that twig, that tinka, jiska sabko sahara hai, they, despite the fact that they'll keep trying to push the other's hand, they will eventually hold on to it. But why do it, Tehseen Poonawalla, before I bring in Sanju Verma? Tehseen Poonawalla, why do this? Why would you get into an alliance with somebody you can't even sit on the same table with? Why would you do it? And why would you, destroy your chances once again emerging as the national option? Especially after what the Congress claims was a huge success of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. You made,
Namaskar,
namaste. You made Rahul Gandhi walk all the way from Kanyakumari to Kashmir to unite the country at a time and somewhere remobilize and re-energize the Congress cadre. That was the ulterior motive under Bharat Jodo. And then you told the Congress cadre, whoever you are going to fight against and you are going to emerge out of, you may have to cede space to all of them.
Namaskar, Anand. Thank you so much for having me on the show. First, there is no dichotomy. Let me just explain this. And because it's slightly grey, let me just explain how this works. There will be an alliance in the center, not because you have to defeat Prime Minister Modi, as you said. I don't agree with that, because you have to take India and Bharat forward. Prime Minister Modi is not a personal enemy. It's a political battle. So on the union level, there will be an alliance that will take India forward with a vision of how India can be governed better from 2024 to 2029 and the mistakes made by the current government from 2014 to 2024. Point number two, at the regional or state level, and this is where I slightly disagree with Smitaji, for whom I have a lot of respect. Let's look at the states of Kerala, Punjab. Alright, so there will be a political rivalry between Aam Aadmi Party and Congress, or left and Congress. However, whoever wins, they will still be anti-BJP, whether the left wins or Congress or the Aam Aadmi Party wins or the Congress wins in Punjab. It doesn't affect. But if the Congress or the Aam Aadmi Party, or if the left or the Congress give up that space in Punjab or Kerala, that vacuum will be filled by the BJP. Please understand, 95% of the problem is solved. The few discussions are in a few states left. 95% there is zero discussion. So in Madhya Pradesh, Congress will be the dominating party, but in Uttar Pradesh, it will be Samajwadi Party. That is understood by the alliance. One last thing. I think our voters are smart enough, because a lot of them watch your show, to understand that there's a difference between a state election and a union election. In fact, for the state of Odisha, Rashi ji will bear with me, where elections are held simultaneously. The BJD did wonderfully in the state election, whereas the BJP did well in the centre election, but did not repeat it in the state election in the same day. So do not underestimate our voters. These are voters of Bharat, of India. Nehru's given us democracy, Ambedkar's given us democracy, and democracy will hold strong with the India alliance.
What the democracy and the constitution that Nehru and Ambedkar gave, Indira Gandhi changed during emergency. She changed the preamble itself. But that's a different conversation for another day.
Ask Modi ji ask Modi ji to change it if he has the...
No. Why are you coming to Modi ji? I am saying what was said and done by our founding fathers. Since you quoted them, I am saying what was undone in 1970. We are digressing. Tehseen Poonawalla, the other point. We are digressing, Tehseen Poonawalla. The other point, Tehseen Poonawalla, is Samajwadi Party is saying we want to fight all 80 seats in Uttar Pradesh. If those 80 seats are gone, Congress ladega kahan pe? That's one point. Aam Aadmi Party is not wanting to cede ground to the BJP. Aam Aadmi Party is not wanting to cede ground to the Congress. Just like Congress is not wanting to cede ground to the AAP in Delhi. Trinamool is not wanting to cede ground, not because BJP will come in. Left wants to come back, it fancies its chances against the Trinamool in a situation where perhaps they believe there is an anti-Mamta thing. The left wants to revive itself and grow beyond Kerala. That's what they've been reduced to right now. So please, sir, please, I am already quite infamous within the Congress circles because I have often been misquoted. Please don't misquote me. It was not me who said that they have come with the objective of defeating Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was the INDI alliance leaders who said our objective is to defeat Modi. Please, not me. It's their objective. Sanju Verma, I'll come back to you. Tehseen, let us speak, then I'll come back to you.
Okay,
yes,
sure.
Sanju Verma.
Sure.
Okay. Anand, I hold no grudges against you, despite the fact that I am the last person to be talking, in the midst of a rather vibrant discussion. Before talking about the ... alliance, I would like to tell you, when I got into JP Morgan, we were given training in Hong Kong, London, Singapore, the US, what have you. And I remember during one of the training sessions, the Asia Pac head of JP Morgan, he asked us a question, and we were all very enthusiastic investment bankers, dressed to kill and, to impress our bosses. He asked, if there's a bad product, how do you sell it in the market? हर किसी ने बड़े लुभावने जवाब दिए, change the product, tweak it. Somebody said, do a market analysis. Maybe this product is not fit for category between 18 to 25 age group. Maybe in a different age group this will do well. Maybe the branding is wrong. Why don't we rebrand the product? Maybe the packaging is wrong. Maybe the advertising is wrong. Maybe the perception is wrong. Maybe the brass tacks of how we went about this campaign is wrong. सबकी बातें सुनी हमारे एशिया पैक बॉस ने, and then he said, the only solution to a product which consistently fails to deliver is, there's one word for it: replace the product. ठीक है? And why I'm quoting this example is because the fulcrum of the ... alliance is Congress, by virtue of the fact that it has 52 Lok Sabha seats in its kitty. And it goes without saying, the leader of the Congress, for all practical purposes, who calls the shots is Rahul Gandhi. Now, my limited point is, जो हिंदी में कहावत है, काठ की हांडी को कितनी बार चढ़ाओगे? How often will you launch, relaunch, relaunch, relaunch a product that has failed to deliver? I give them credit for the Himachal and the Karnataka victories, what have you. But despite that, in the last 9.5 years, out of 57 big and small elections, the Congress has lost 52 of them. And if track record is anything to go by, Rahul Gandhi should hang up his boots. But the fact that the Congress continues to be the fulcrum of an alliance which is so fractious, and which is bound to come crumbling down, driven solely by the weight of its contradictions, tells you a story. And what is the story? I will take only 20 seconds without being verbose.
जी.
The story is this. एक तरफ गुटकर अलायंस के ओमर अब्दुल्ला, who was even seen in the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Right.
He's recently said that Congress does not need to fight all seats even in states where they are dominant. Akhilesh Yadav has thrown his hat in the ring and said that Samajwadi Party will contest seats in the Madhya Pradesh elections, but in the same breath he says we want to support the Congress. Arey bhai sahab, you are saying you want to support the Congress, but the Congress and the BJP, it's a bipolar war. You are throwing your hat in the ring, which means that you basically want to contest against the Congress, which is your partner. So again, there is a contradiction which is inexplicable. Right. Then you have Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary who says, Mamata Banerjee, I learned a new word by the way. I thought my Hindi is pretty good, but he said Mamata Banerjee 3 lakhiye kamre mein rehti hai. Din ka 3 lakhiya. Basically 3 lakh per day was the cost of that room that she stayed at in Spain, which is immaterial, that's besides the point. But when the state is dealing with 42,000 dengue cases with 38 people dead, while I'm no fan of Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, the fact that he called out a bluff again shows that while Rahul Gandhi, right, Sonia Gandhi and Mamata Banerjee are busy giving jadoo ki jhappi to each other, be it in Mumbai or Patna or Delhi, the local satraps are busy fighting with each other in no uncertain terms. And last but not the least, I think the cake is taken by Pratap Singh Bajwa. उन्होंने तो साफ कह दिया है. 32 MLAs of the Aam Aadmi Party are in touch with me. And Anand, just 10 seconds. The Aam Aadmi Party strength in Punjab today is 92. If right, 32 depart, the Aam Aadmi Party will be down to 60. Just one seat more than the number of seats they need to be.
Please yield. Yes, Tehseen Poonawalla. I have to keep in mind your 20 seconds is not 20 seconds going forward. But yes, Tehseen Poonawalla.
That's what happens when you're from JP Morgan, who required a bailout in 2008. Jokes apart, Sanju.
Investment bank.
अच्छा digressing, 20 seconds. Tehseen Poonawalla, 20 seconds. Please go ahead.
It was a joke. I did a joke, Sanju. You don't take it personally.
All right.
Okay, bad joke. But JP Morgan's decision was bad. But more importantly, I agree with one thing you said, Sanju.
Oh my God.
But I agree with one thing you said, Sanjuji. A bad product needs to be replaced. Therefore, 2014-2019 ka double bad product will be replaced by this alliance. Look, Anand, what I was trying to say and what Sanjuji alluded to, I'll end with this. In a federal structure like India, in this constitution which says that India is a union of states, you will have state issues where AAP and Congress will fight, where Samajwadi Party and Congress will fight. But on union issues, you'll come together on the larger objectives.
No, but that's where you're missing the woods for the trees. I'm sorry, I've run out of time, Tehseen, because they are talking about Lok Sabha. They're not talking about state elections that they're unwilling to yield. And they're already competing with each other. This is like saying, I'll punch you in the nose, but I'm your friend. I will slap you on the face, but I'm your friend. I'll kick you on your bum, but I'm your friend. That's what is going. That's exactly what's happening right now. And this is going to only create harakiri. Because if you want to emerge as a single largest opposition or a voice that is going to challenge the ruling disposition, you should have capitalized on a particular momentum that you thought you had, where you believed you had energized your cadre across multiple states where Congress was on the wane. Really saying, there needs to be a hard look at the decision that was taken. Should this comedy of contradictions have really happened ahead of 2024?